பார்வதீபதையே
மகாதேவா
நாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி
நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி
சவேசா
சிதம்பரம்
திருக்கைலாய பரம்பரை மெய்கண்ட சந்தானம் திருவாவடுதுறை ஆதீனம் 24வது குரு மகா சன்னிதானம் அவர்களின் அருளானையின் வந்தம் மாணிக்கவாசக சுவாமிகள் அருளி செய்த திருவம்பாவையிலிருந்து 7வது பாடல் விண்ணப்பம்.
அன்னே இவையும் சிலவோ பல
சிவாத்திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். நம பார்வதி பதையே கரகர மகாதேவா. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனை போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். I take pleasure in worshipping the golden feet of Srila Sri Guru Maha Sannidhanam, who holds the 24th Guru Vida of Thirukkayilaya Parambarai, Meykanda Santhaanam, Thiruavaduthurai Aatheenam, with the grace of Sri Gnanama Nadaraja Peraman, Adheenam Guru Mudalvashi Namashivayamoorthigal, and Aatheena Kuladevam, Srimad Madhava Sivanyana Yogigal, with my mind, speech, and body. As per the divine order of Srila Sri Guru Maha Sannidhanam, on the 17th day of the ongoing Danur month's reflection on Saivism, we will be reflecting upon the 7th verse of Thiruvempavai, composed by Sri Manikavasagar. The young women observing the Pavai fast wake up at dawn and singing praises of Lord Shiva's grace, go to bed, taking their friends along. When some young girls lacking maturity forget their promises and remain asleep, they go to their houses, wake them up, guide them, and take them along. Then they go to the house of another friend who possesses deep devotion and worships God with immense love. What happened there? Shall we look at the song? Verse number 7. அன்னே இவையும் சிலவோ பல அமரர் உன்னற்கரியான் ஒருவன் இருஞ்சீரான் சின்னங்கள் கேட்ப சிவனென்றே வாய்த்திறப்பாய் தென்னா என்னா முன்னம் தீசே மெழுகொப்பாய் என்னானே என்னறையின் இன்னமுதன்றெல்லாமும் சொன்னோம் கே வெவ்வேறாய் இன்னும் துயிலுதியோ மன்னஞ்ச பேதையர் போல் வாளா கிடத்தியால் என்னை துயிலின் பரிசேலோர் எம்பாவாய். They are shocked to see us in a deep sleep, unable to hear the voices of their friends who are singing the praises of God. Anne ivayum silavo, ma, is this really you? What has happened to you? Pala amarar unnarkariyan oruvan irinchiran. Unnadal means thinking. He is the one whom many gods find difficult to think, a unique being and one of immense greatness. Chinnangal ketpa sivanendre vaithirappai. Upon hearing the sound of the Tiruchinnam, the musical instrument played as a sign of Lord Shiva's arrival, you would open your mouth and exclaim, Shiva, Tenna Yenna Munnam Tise Melgoppai. You would melt like wax in the fire even before you could start his name, Tenna. You are such a one. Yennane Yennarayan Innamudendrellomum Sonnonkel Veberai. We all sing praises to Shiva in various ways, calling him my Lord, my King, and my Nectar. Innum thuyilidiyo. Are you still sleeping after hearing all that? Vannincha pedayar pol, vala kidathiyal. Are you just sleeping? Why are you just sleeping like a heartless, foolish person? Ennai thuyilin parisu. What kind of sleep is that? Thiruvempavai. Thus, Sri Manikavasagar has concluded the 7th verse. Ma, how can you be like this? The moment you hear the sound of Tiruchinnam played during the Lord's arrival, you would melt like wax in the fire, uttering Shiva, Shiva. Now, we are all together talking about Lord Shiva, yet you are deep asleep like a fool. What kind of sleep is this, Ma? Seeing their friend's state, their heart broken, and try to wake her. They cannot bear to see her in the pathetic state, lying there like a hard-hearted, ignorant person. When she was the one who would melt with devotion and utter the Lord's name the moment she heard the sound of the musical instruments announcing the Lord's arrival. Okay. Now, shall we reflect on the song a little more deeply? Pala Amarar Unnarkariyan Oruvan Irinchiran, says Sri Manikavasagar in the first line of the song. Pala Amarar Unnarkariyan. Lord Shiva is beyond the knowledge of the celestials. This is because the celestials attempt to understand him during their internal faculties. They are not among those who understand the Lord with a dark throat, who transcends the senses through the divine wisdom. Although he is difficult to understand, he is supremely kindful and he is easily accessible. However, because the celestials are caught in the impurity of ego and are deluded by worldly pleasures, which are the fruits of their upright deeds, they do not think of God on their own. Hence, God remains beyond one to them. Next, Varuvan. Varuvan. He is the one of a kind, a man without equal. He is renowned as Irinchiran because even though he is so great and superior, he blesses and shows grace to everyone according to their individual merit and worth. Sinnangal Ketpa Sivanandre Vaithirapai. The Tiruchinnam is a musical instrument that holds a significant place in temple worship and festival times. It is a small instrument similar to a trumpet or a kalam. It is an instrument that produces the sound of Om. It is one of the 18 types of musical instruments played in temples. It is customary to play the chinnam to announce God's arrival and the offering of auspicious arati. The Tiruchinnam is also one of the traditional rural folk instruments along with the Dharai, Tapattai and Amarai Ekkalam. It is blown to announce the arrival of esteemed figures such as gurus, God and kings. Upon hearing its sound, she would exclaim Shiva. Even if she was to simply open her mouth, the word Shiva would be uttered. Just as Matrava Muni Nanmarekkinum Sollum Na Namashivaya. Even if I forget you, my tongue will still utter Namashivaya. Tenna Yenna Munnam Tise Milugappai. Even before anyone could refer to the king of the southern Pandya kingdom as Shiva, the lord of the southern land, her heart would melt like wax in a fire at the mere mention the word Tenna, southern. Next, Ennanai, Ennarayan, Innamudan. The word Ennanai can be interpreted in two ways. N-I-N and N-Anai. N-I-N means my father, my lord. N-Anai means my elephant. How come Lord is elephant? How come Lord is an elephant? What does an elephant do? It lifts the chain that binds it, goes near to the post, and gives to the mohut, asking him to tie it. Similarly, God standing near the post of inspiration in the hall of our heart allows himself to be bound by the chain of love. Hence, En Anai, my lord, my elephant, En Arayan, my king. Arayan means king. En Amudan, my sweet nectar, one who is like the eternal, everlasting nectar, untamed by poison. Next, என்று எல்லோமும் சொன்னோம் கேள் வெவ்வேறாய். That is what we all said. We said it in different ways. We all together prized his greatness as one. Individually, each of us spoke of his glory. You could have woken up hearing the great sound we all made together. Or when we spoke individually, the meaning could have been imprinted on your mind, nourishing you with the experience of grace, and you could have woken up because of that. You didn't wake up for either. வண்ணஞ்ச பேதையர் போல் வாளா கிடத்தியார். You lie there like a hard-hearted fool. வண்ணஞ்ச பேதை, an ignorant person with a heart that does not soften, melt, or yield even after hearing the praises of God. Since it says, like a fool, she's actually not a fool. She's lying there like a fool. Why she is lying like that? Enni tuyilin parisu. The reason she is lying like this is a gift from sleep. Even her, who has an undying love for God, sleep has reduced to this state. It has made her seem like someone without intelligence. Thus, Sri Manika Vasagar concludes the 7th verse with Thiruvempavai. The soul, which stands affectionately devoted to love and in oneness with Shiva, when it deviates from its connection with Shiva and becomes entangled with worldly impurities, becomes confused, loses its wisdom, and behaves like a hard-hearted fool. At the time, the Lord appears as a friend, as a spiritual master, making the soul understand, this is your true state. You are now lying in a state of delusion, and guides it to attain his divine feet. With this, our reflection for today concludes. We'll meet again tomorrow with the 8th verse of Thiruvempavai. Thiruchitrambalam.